Hello, everyone. This is Howard Fox, and welcome back for another episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series, the podcast that celebrates individuals and families, businesses, and organizations that seek out and promote the exploration, stewardship, conservation, access, and enjoyment of the outdoors. Ken Koskey and Mackenzie Steagall are our guests today. Ken is the executive director, and Mackenzie is the director of PR and events with Festival Country, Indiana. Ken and Mackenzie, it's a pleasure to meet you both. Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Fantastic. Now, for our listeners, would you please share, Ken, where is Festival Country? What part of Indiana is this located?
We're located just south of Indianapolis, so between the city of Indianapolis and Brown County.
Okay. And the county that you are in specifically, what county is that?
We're in Johnson County, which is the cities of Franklin, Greenwood, Barbersville, and a few others.
Okay. And so Festival Country really encompasses all that's going on within Johnson County and those communities you just shared.
Yeah, absolutely. We got our name Festival Country because all of our communities, they have great festivals. There's a lot of live music concert series. There's farmers markets. So on any weekend day, or actually throughout the week, you'll find something to do event-wise.
Fantastic. I think I was looking in the show notes that you prepared, and as I was reviewing the website, which I know we're going to tour in just a little bit. I think between all of your communities, it's the number's pretty high in terms of events, and like thousands or 1,000 or so. It's quite a number.
Yeah, actually, our events person puts on more than 2,500 events every year. At any one time, there's probably 500 plus events on our website.
Okay. And what kind of outdoor adventure style events? And I imagine it's not just outdoor adventure, but you have the farmers market. I was reading the alleyways and the restaurants and this and that. But what are some of when folks come into the communities, how are they coming to you to find, okay, what can I do today?
Yeah, we've got a wonderful visitor center here in downtown Franklin. It's got the usual friendly person up front that will help you, brochures to provide information. But our visitor center is unique in that it has hands-on interactive exhibits. So for example, we've got an 11-foot tall apple that tells the stories of our apple orchard and farmers market. We've got an indoor slide that kind of references all these slides at the water parks that we have. So it's a really fun place, and kids like to come and they get excited then to go out and explore the community.
So it sounds like, Mackenzie, this office where you get to work is actually a destination in and of itself.
It truly is. It's a joy to come to work every day, but also we have such a fun, interactive environment that makes it extra special.
So as the director of PR and events, what would be a typical day for you? Because you've got, I imagine so much is going on. What would be that typical day? What would it look like?
Sure. So as you mentioned, there's a lot of variety to my job. In the summertime, we have events going on all the time, as Ken mentioned. So it's planning to attend events. It's preparing for things like that, being out in the community. One of the best parts about my job, I would say, is being with people and interacting with folks at outdoor concerts at the amphitheater and things like that. So that's, I would say, a highlight for me.
Excellent.
Yeah, and Mackenzie's also, when the festival season ends, she then goes into the schools, and we have a fourth grade presentation, and she's already getting the kids excited about being tourists in their own backyard and sharing that information with their parents. So it's kind of a year-round thing. And then she also hooks up with great people like you, Howard, that can spread the message of all the great things that there are to do.
Excellent. Now, Ken, I am curious about your role as the executive director, but before I do that, you something you just said triggered a thought. Is you're going into these schools. This is a unique opportunity, I would imagine, Mackenzie, is, do you ever get little kids that come up to you afterwards and say, I want to be just like you?
I have had a few kids come up to me and they want my personal opinion. They say, what best part about your job? Or they say, what's your favorite place or a place to go to? And it's festival country. So it's a lot of fun, but good interaction with them.
Okay. One last little question is, when you got into this business of public relations and events with a destination organization like Festival Country, where did you go to school to get this education? How did you land this type of role?
Sure. So I actually went to Franklin College. So just a couple streets away from where we are right now.
I
I
knew
was
that.
I was an English major at a liberal arts college, so they really try to prepare you for any role. And so I got just my trajectory, my this career trajectory has just led me here, and so I'm able to use some of those skill sets that I learned in college, but I'm also learning something new every day while I'm here too.
Excellent. And Ken, how did you come to be the executive director? And I have met many of them through these interviews. I meet executive directors in the local chambers of commerce. It, I would imagine this is not your first rodeo. You've been in this industry for a while. Tell us a little bit about your journey.
Yeah, so actually I started my career in media, kind of like you. And one of the last things that I reported on was this outdoor discovery trail for a tourism agency up in Northwest Indiana. And
Okay.
they felt like captured the vibe and shared the message so much that I ended up getting a job there. So I was the equivalent of Mackenzie. I was their PR person for about 7 years. And then the opportunity came to run my own tourism agency here at Festival Country. And that was just too amazing and of an opportunity to pass off.
Okay. I have to share, as I have been interviewing starting last year and again throughout this year, I think you all have the best jobs in the world. I mean, I love what I do. I love the podcast. I love my coaching. That's my other career, executive coaching. But you get to make people happy and to help plan events and bring people into your community. I just think that's fascinating, and it's got to be very fulfilling for you both, I would imagine.
Oh, definitely. So whenever there's a new restaurant, we have to go out and experience that food so we can tell the story about it. Whenever there's concerts, Mackenzie will set up the tent and help people and spread information about the other events that are coming up. Well, then she gets to listen to a concert. And if we have a new nature preserve open, we will go down there and hike it as a staff and test it out and make sure that it's something that our visitors would like. So we really get to play some in our role. And then we head back to the office and do the work of making sure it's on the website and the printed guides and everything. But it really is a fun opportunity.
Okay. And you also mentioned the outdoor space, which we are the Outdoor Adventure Series. So we do need to talk a little bit about that. But you also mentioned the staff go out and test out the trail. So besides yourselves, how many others, whether it's paid or volunteer, help to deliver the service that Festival Country provides to the potential visitors or even to your locals?
Yeah. So in addition to Mackenzie, I've got two other full-time staffs. We also have a part-time staff person that mans the front desk, and that's really the face of our organization.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
we've a staff of 4.5, almost 5 people.
Okay. This is going to be a little of the administrative side of the equation here, but the Festival Country, is the funding coming from like grants and bed taxes and other types of financial sources?
Yes, we're funded by a 5% innkeeper's tax. So the goal is to collect that tax at the hotel level and then do all we can to fill even more rooms going forward by, number one, marketing our destination to potential visitors. Number two, if we identify something that would make this an even more alluring destination, we help build that. And
Okay.
Kenzie will talk a little bit more about some of like the alleys that become Instagrammable spots because we've activated them at such a level, and people will come and get their photo taken and share it on social media, and then their friends will come, and so on and so on. So it's marketing, but it's also building cool new things.
Okay. So Mackenzie, I know from when you and I first started to chat with each other about hosting this episode, you are new to Festival Country. What has it been like to go out and plan some of these new experiences in the communities? Like the alleyways, by the way, are very interesting to me. I came from Chicago and I lived before Las Vegas, and I lived downtown, and there was this little alleyway that reminded me of, and there was a coffee shop at the end of the alleyway. And it reminded me of, I don't know if you remember the Harry Potter movies, the Diagon Alley. And so I just love the idea that these alleys are reused for something to provide an experience. So Mackenzie, tell us a little bit about like these alleyways and perhaps some of the other new destination experiences that you have been helping to plan.
Sure. So the alleys are, again, one of our biggest features. And so, as Ken mentioned, they're very photographable, very Instagrammable, all those words. And so they're great destinations, but they're great for the community. The community members enjoy them, but they're also great for visitors who are new to the area. And so they're just beautiful pieces of artwork and murals and some other items in the alleys that make them just a little bit extra, a little bit better than just a plain old alley. So we have 4 of those that we have in Franklin. And so we do have a couple of new projects coming up next year. So in 2 of our other towns in Festival Country, we will be building amphitheaters. And so we'll be expanding the outdoor concert series. So it'll be a great community space going forward. So it's been exciting to kind of see the behind the scenes of these projects and see them come to fruition. As a new person, but I'm looking forward to those and then all of the other things that are coming even beyond that.
You mentioned like the Harry Potter reference, and I think my favorite of the alleys is the Artcraft Alley. It's next to the Artcraft Theater, and there are 200 kites as a reference to Ben Franklin, who the city's named after. And at night, those kites are lit by black lights, and so they glow.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's one of the things. And then if you go down that alley and head down the Veterans Alley, there's patriotic metal vignettes that are backlit and flags coming off the building. And then if you keep going a little bit more, you go into the Kuji Alley, which is a tribute to our sister city of Kuji, Japan. And then there's overhead Japanese lanterns that glow at night. So it's wonderful during the day, but it's perhaps even better at night.
Fantastic. It was just amazing. And I know Mackenzie shared some photos, and I was looking at your website and social sites, and it's very cool. And which brings me to a question. I mean, you've this wonderful county, Johnson County. You've got your 3 major destinations, maybe perhaps some of the other smaller communities. Where are you looking to attract your visitors from? I mean, is this the husband and wife, the getaway weekend, the retirees? Is this a family destination for a weekend? How are you positioning yourself for the visitor that's coming into Johnson County?
Howard, you've obviously interviewed a lot of people in the DMO space because you're right on it. Yeah, we actually target all of the above: families, generational travel, leisure travel, business travel, even a little bit of sports travel. But we target a 2-hour radius for day trips. So
Okay.
that's Indianapolis and the north side, Columbus. But then we also go out in a larger radius and try to target Louisville, Cincinnati, Fort Wayne, Springfield. So we can draw from quite an area.
Okay. And depending on how far you're drawing from, would the size of the event or the type of event, like if there was a baseball game or a hockey tournament or basketball tournament. I know Indiana, your guys' basketball is life. Are those the ones that are bringing in the visitors from the farther destinations?
Well, I'll give you just 2 examples. We have a Renaissance fair. This is going to be 2 weekends coming up this summer. And last year, this year, it drew people from Michigan, Illinois, Wisconsin, like several states away. So, something people travel for something unique, something they can't find in their own backyard. And obviously a Renaissance fair with jousting is one example. Another example is our historic single screen downtown theater hosts live events, like they bring in New York Times bestselling authors. So if you have a favorite author, you're likely to travel for a whole day or 2 just to come and see them live, get a book signed by them. So that's just 2 examples of instances where people would travel quite a distance here.
Okay. And when folks are coming into the county and Franklin and your other communities, is it is are we looking at like the bed and breakfast? Are we looking at boutique hotels? Are we looking at your recognizable logos for because you have to have beds and to get those tax dollars?
Yeah, when we navigate our website, you'll see that we have kind of three tiers. We have the brand name hotels. We link people to the Airbnb and Verbo properties in our area. And there are actually some unique ones like on a lake or with unique decorations. And then we're actually big in camping. So Johnson County Park, what we referenced earlier, has quite a popular campground. So, however you want to spend the night, we can pretty much accommodate it.
Okay. So speaking of parks, Mackenzie, what as an outdoor enthusiast like myself, and obviously if you have these wonderful trails nearby, I can imagine you're both are outdoor enthusiasts. What are the types of experiences that visitors maybe they're going to spend time at the hotel, they're going to be having dinner, drinks at a restaurant or a bar, listen to the music, but what kind of experiences overall are folks going to get if they want to get some exercise, some fresh air, and I mean, not necessarily disc golf or golf, but what kind of experiences can they find within your communities?
Sure. So I would say that we have some really great multi-use trails in our communities. And so that's more closer to our downtown areas, but they connect to the downtowns, but they are also very scenic. So some pass by lakes and creeks and things like that going through our town. They are extremely accessible. So most of these, they're paved. So great for walking, running, any other kind of outdoor activity you'd like to do like that. So that's more central. And then we also have some special locations a little further out. So we have a couple nature preserves that offer hiking trails. So again, depends on your different skill sets and things like that. But they are accessible to different types of hikers or walkers, very scenic again. So that's a couple just outdoor activities that we offer in addition to other recreational things that you would find.
Okay. Now, are there outdoor activities and things on the water? Are there hunting? Could be upland bird hunting or something like that, or bird watching. Are there those kinds of activities, fishing in the Franklin County geographic area or Johnson County
Yeah,
geographic
absolutely.
area?
Yeah, if you go into our website or actually our printed guide, we've got it categorized, and you can rent kayaks or canoes through Blues Canoe Livery. There is hunting, fishing, archery. There's all kinds of outdoor recreation. And looking at your background in those fall colors, I've been experiencing those. I try to get out twice a week at this time of year. And Kenzie was telling you about a couple of our nature preserves, Bentley Woods, Glaciers, and Laura Hare Preserve. These are operated by the Central Indiana Land Trust. And just as an example, Bentley Woods is 300 acres and it's got 100-foot ravines. You'll see elevation changes. The most diverse woodland trees, animals, plants, everything. So you wouldn't think in the middle of cornfields in the Midwest that you would find such beautiful places, but they certainly exist.
That's fantastic, and it's good to know. And by the way, to get this photo, I use Canva in a lot of the work that I do, and I started off with a search of Johnson County, Indiana. We got Mackenzie. That's on your to-do list now. Get some photos up on Canva with Johnson County as a tag. Okay, free consulting here. Okay, and then I looked at Franklin University. I saw, and so I think I ended up. I went to your website to see can I get a photo because I wanted to be able to see my logo. Have to see the logo. But then I ended up. I do know this shot was in Indiana, so I tried. I tried. So would you say that Johnson County and the activities with that festival country Indiana is promoting, is this a four-season destination?
Yes, I would say our strongest seasons are spring through fall. Well, we've recognized that people want to travel year round. So for the past 3 years, we've placed a portable ice skating rink in one of our communities. And our goal is to eventually have a permanent skating rink around which we can have a winter market, ice carving festival, igloo dining. So we're really trying to develop that to become a full year destination.
Very good. I love that. And I think the destinations that are doing a really good job of attracting visitors, whether it's that 2 hour radius or perhaps a little more, some other major cities, it's making it that four season destination and having experiences plus good food, drink, and entertainment. So it's all a part of that mix. Besides the outdoor activities, and you've got the experiences walking around the towns, are there any other recreational opportunities that are unique uh, for the Johnson County, and what Festival Country is promoting?
Oh, wow. So if you're not outdoors, there's still plenty to do indoors. This area is actually quite well known for shopping. So I know it's a little off of what you normally do, but we've got a thriving mall and an outlet mall, but we've also got a lot of independent antique stores. So a
Okay.
lot of times a family will come and travel together, and maybe the guys will go off and golf or hike, and the ladies will shop, pick up some rare finds and stuff. So there's something for the whole family and kids. There's plenty for them. Like we've got the nation's oldest um, go-kart track,
Okay.
K1 circuit. So it's they've got these high-end go-karts that go 55 miles an hour.
Oh, wow.
Super cool. We've got paintball, we've got bowling, mini bowling, you name it. There's plenty of family fun that you can do indoors or outdoors here.
Very good. And I definitely, we're going to go to the website shortly, but I was just thinking, Mackenzie, with the work that you do in helping to direct some of the public relations and the events, you probably get to curate for potential visitors some really cool experiences, whether it's a day trip or that long weekend, I would imagine.
Oh yeah, you just put together a bus tour. Go ahead and tell them about that.
I did.
Yeah.
So I'm working with some folks at a local bus company, and so they are planning a day trip with about 54 people coming in April of next year. And so it's been fun navigating that and thinking of the best things that they can do within the county or specifically within Franklin for this trip. But I love doing that, trying to navigate their interest and what they're looking for.
Okay. I'm curious, Mackenzie, for this bus trip and the number of folks that you are anticipating planning for, is that like the ideal number, like the 50, 60 range? Or is it go a little bit bigger? What's your ideal curation of like a larger event? What would that number be?
Ideally, we would draw 1 million people a day. Go ahead and say that.
Ideally, yes, I would love to have 1 million followers on my podcast, and I could then do the podcast from a beach, so somewhere with
So we
an
all
internet
go ahead
connection.
and say
So we all have hope. We all have to have hope. But Mackenzie, what's the reality for that?
Sure. In all seriousness, I think we could accommodate any number of folks. So even for this group that's coming, I'm navigating being able to split the groups up as needed depending on where they're going. So that's always something that we can do. So I don't really know that we could cap it. Maybe 1 million we could cap it, but otherwise we can handle it.
I love that. I love that. Well, listen, I would love to head on over to the website and take us on a little tour. And who's the volunteer to taking us on the tour?
I'd be glad to show you around our website.
That'd be great. All right. So the miracle of technology here, I am going to share my screen, and there we go. So we should be seeing Festival Country and pretty logo, nice folks enjoying some adult beverages. So Ken, take us on a tour.
All right. So this is our winery. And as you noted, you can sample wine, and there's a concert series at the winery. Then if you scroll down, this
Okay.
shows you all of our different communities, and the star indicate where we're located.
Okay.
And then if you go a little further down, these are the stars of our show. So festivals and events, that's what we're most known for. So if you want to
Okay.
hop on there real quick.
I love the integration of the colors, by the way. They
Yeah,
look
these are
great.
definitely our brand colors. So if you, that's our county fair, obviously that photo. But if you scroll
Okay.
down,
Okay.
you'll see why we have 2,500 events a year. So there's live music in our restaurants. The author event I was telling you about. So you can come see a New York Times bestselling author. If you scroll down a little bit more, you start to see the holiday events are starting. You can see Santa. You can shop all the stores at the holiday open house. First Fridays, the stores are all open late and there's live music populating the downtown. So that's just an example of a couple days here in Festival Country, Indiana.
Okay.
And we're very glad to be part of Franklin College because you get so much culture being in a college town. So we're excited for that. And Howard, I know you've always wanted to learn sourdough. So we'll get you out here and you can learn how to make a sourdough bread.
I love it. A girlfriend of mine makes sourdough, and I'm like, oh, that looks like fun. But hey, I would love to learn how to make sourdough in Franklin.
And then if you want to hit the back arrow, we can resume.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So play. Go ahead and hit that real quick and scroll down. Obviously, that photo was of our water park. So from there, you can check out our aquatic centers, arts and culture, which is anything from our history museum to our historic theater. You then go to the right to family fun. That's go-karts and all the cool family type of things that I mentioned.
Okay. Got the bowling and the field
Paintball.
house.
Yeah.
That
Pottery.
yeah. Wow. Paintball. And you've got golf and you got disc golf. I love, by the way, the theater photo. I was in Danville, Illinois the other day, and they had their Fisher Theater was recently renovated. And I just think these old single screen theaters are just wonderful. They just, with those marquees and the signage, it's just a great attractor.
In this particular theater, they do it up right. Before the movie, they play fun games and you can pose with staff dressed up as characters from the movie. They serve popcorn that's grown about a mile down the road. So it's more than a movie, it's an experience. And that's our alley with that kites hanging in it. So it's right
Okay.
next.
Excellent. Excellent. And then you've got a
Yeah.
lot of trinkets and you got the walking tours as well. Okay.
Oh, yeah. That's the best way to really immerse yourself in the experience of our area.
So the walkability of these communities, what are these typically like, are they guided? Are they self-guided? Are they an hour, 2 hours? What kind of property numbers are we looking at?
Yeah. The great thing is you have your choice of a free self-guided tour. And soon we're working on an app that you can do a free self-guided tour with the assistance of an app. And then we've also got a vendor that will take you on a walking tour. And there's a cost associated with that, but you really get the inside stories. So really any way you want to experience our areas, you can do so.
Okay. So Mackenzie, when you have family, friends coming into town, what one of these events is going to be at the top of your list?
That's a good question because they're all wonderful. So I don't know if we can put one at the top, but I do love the Art Crafts Theater. That's a great experience, especially for people from out of town. So that was probably one of my top ones, and one of my favorite activities for sure.
Okay. Very cool. And so we have to go to outdoor recreation and adventure because we are the Outdoor Adventure Series. And oh, that's a nice shot. I love that with the county seat and
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So you can see there's a shooting complex, a fish and wildlife area. We talked about canoes. You can actually also fly planes here. So I guess the skies count as outdoors as well.
yeah. So well, let's go there. We'll do that. We'll count that. Bocce ball. You got the splash pads, railroad club. So like up here in Las Vegas, we have in Boulder City, we have the Railroad Museum. That's always an attraction for anybody that's a railroad enthusiast.
Yeah,
Very good.
only the model railways, but we've got an actual miniature railroad that you can sit on top of the small train cars and take a ride around a scenic property. That's the Indiana Live steamers that you see right there.
Oh, very cool.
So yeah, it's really cool. I've done that a few times, and
Very nice. I love the way you've got the site set up. You've got information, that's a photo description, you've got the map, and definitely makes it very easy to navigate and to get and to kind of plan out that itinerary. Very nice. That's interesting. Midwest Power paragliding.
yeah, you
I
can
don't
book
know.
that one.
Have you guys done that yet? Is that going to be one of the experiences for the staff?
Actually, we're waiting for you to fly out, Howard, and we'll all do it together. We've been
You know,
a little hesitant on it.
I tell you what, Ken, let's plan a visit. I'll come out. I'll do a whole bunch of interviews, and this will be one of them, and we'll publish a whole bunch of episodes. I love that.
Right on.
I'm in that. I'm there, and I got the beautiful parks. You got it looks like an obstacle course in a way. This is very cool. So now you mentioned earlier that you have a guide that folks can take a look at and request.
Yeah, so if you want to scroll down there and click on visitor guide, nope, a little
Did I go too far?
too far. Yeah, right.
Visitor guide. Okay.
And then scroll
Okay,
down.
okay. Get the name and address, submit the
Okay,
form,
request one, or right there, you can view it online.
and it looks like I can even download it. That's pretty cool. Well, very nice. So, by the way, I should have mentioned I am a foodie. I love my coffee. Mackenzie and then Ken, where's your favorite breakfast places that you're going to take family and friends to? Mackenzie, let's start with you.
Sure. So my first choice would be Coffee House 5. So
Okay.
they've got these wonderful breakfast biscuits that are savory and seasonal, and they're just so good. And then they also have a very wide variety of beverages. So coffee, I'm a coffee girl, but I think they also have some tea and some smoothies. So a little bit of everything there.
Okay. Very good. Yeah, I am a big time coffee guy, and I lucked out when I was in Danville. They actually had a coffee roaster there, and so I picked up my coffee, had my little AeroPress in the hotel room, and I was a happy guy. Ken, how about yourself?
I'm going to go with 1823 Bakehouse here in downtown Franklin. It's gluten free. So my
Okay.
wife is gluten free and I can both enjoy it. I think their treats are as delicious as anything with gluten in it.
Okay. Very good. And how about a nice dinner, a nice fancy dinner? Ken, where are you going to go?
Okay, I'll give you two. Here in Franklin, there's Iozzo's, which is a wonderful Italian restaurant. And then
We
in
could-
Wood, I think Reverie they're just so creative with their offering steak, seafood, pasta. But yeah, look at
Okay.
that.
That
I
looks good.
that is right there.
I could eat that.
Yeah,
And
it's
what was
awesome.
the second one you just mentioned? Okay. Let's go to the community. And what time was that?
Greenwood.
Greenwood. This is very nicely navigated. It's in order. It's in alphabetical order, so I can you get us there quicker here. Got to have good pizza, some good adult beverages. Reverie. Ooh, look at that.
Yeah, look at
This is where I would say yummo.
that.
Excellent. And as far as the after dinner entertainment, how would you, Ken, typically spend some time with family, friends after you've had a nice dinner? What would you be doing?
What I like about where I live is when you were on the festivals and events portion of our website, you noticed that there was live music at a couple of the restaurants. If concert season hadn't just wrapped up, you could do a million outdoor concerts. So for me, live music is just a great way to relax and enjoy things at the end of a day.
Okay. Mackenzie, how about yourself?
As far as how I would end the day,
Yeah.
sure. Well, I think every day needs dessert. And so after a lovely dinner, I think I would go and take my friends with me, I would go to one of our ice cream places here in Festival Country.
Okay, so which one am I going to go to? Locally owned, I would imagine.
And then in Franklin, we have a location. It's called the Hoosier Cupboard. And
Sure. There we go. Ooh, look at that.
so they have everything there. So they have delicious ice cream, and then they also have chocolates and candies, and there's plenty of things to look at, and there are some classic candies, which makes it really fun.
Okay.
So that's how I would finish off my day.
Okay. Mackenzie, I would have to say you are very young, and taking family and friends here is great for all that sugar. I, on the other hand, will look at it. But unless there was like a nice, dark, bittersweet piece of chocolate. But, very
Yeah,
nice.
you and I will go with that, Howard.
Yeah. Just getting older does have it's nice, get the wisdom, but it comes with other little things you got to watch out for. Before we head back to the three of us just chatting, is there any place else on the site that you'd like to highlight for our listeners?
Yeah, go ahead and navigate us back to the main, and I'll show you when you go down a little further.
Okay.
My favorite, no, not quite that far. Top 10 things to do. We've curated a lot of top 10 lists, like top sweets. You mentioned coffee. We've got a coffee trail. We've got a beer.
When would be the best time to come and do this project for you guys? Because I'm in.
We had you at coffee trail.
Okay. Very nice. I love this. Yours is the first coffee trail. I've seen a lot of trails in these interviews, but I love the fact you can do this.
Yeah. And I think I made the mistake of going to that first place and getting the coffee flight and drinking it all too close to bedtime. So,
oh my.
Pro tip, just get going earlier and give it some time to wear off.
I love it. I love it. It's very cool. So you got the experience downtown. I love downtowns like this with the squares and the older buildings. Just wonderful. Well, very cool. So you literally have something for everyone.
Yeah.
All right. Of course, fireworks, good food, outdoor experiences. Well, this is very nice. I really appreciate you taking us on a tour of the website. And I definitely think we're going to have, at least myself and our listeners, hopefully get some more visitors into Festival Country and visit all these wonderful communities. I guess I didn't ask you, Mackenzie, you said you went to Franklin College. Did you grow up in this area of Indiana?
I did. So I'm a Johnson County gal through and through. So I love being in this role where I can promote the things that I'm familiar with, the things I love, to people in the community and guests and visitors too. So
okay. Now, do you have a vanity license plate on your car? Do you have a car?
I do have a car. I actually have a Franklin College license plate. So
okay,
I do.
Okay, I just like it sounded like that'd be a really cool idea. Is if you're growing up in the county, these communities, and now you're in destinations. I'm sure there's a nice license plate in addition to Franklin County Community College. How about you, Ken?
Well, I'll tell you what, if you come here once, you risk staying here forever. I came down for a job interview and fell in love, and I haven't left since. So
I love that.
The small town here, the downtown here in Franklin with the courthouse and the county seat kind of reminds me of where I grew up. And it's just, Mackenzie was fortunate enough to be born here, but here by choice.
I love it. I love it. Well, I always say, and I'm going to go back to just the three of us chatting. I always joke with my guests that I'm always looking for my next place to live. So I love it. Before we head out, what would be your aha moment, Ken, when it comes to bringing visitors into Festival Country and the communities in Johnson County? What do you take away from this experience? What of what you get to offer, what you get to do? What's been your aha moment?
I think it happened during the eclipse. So we were right on the center line of the eclipse a while back. And we had people from other countries. We had people from all across the United States. And they came here. They just raved about how beautiful and clean and safe the community was and how we had programmed so many fun things for them to do. We had a giant map where they could put a pin in where they were from. And we had music and selfie spots with a giant pair of sunglasses. And we gave tens of thousands of people just the most magical experience that day. And there's nothing that can replace that.
All right. I love that. I love that. Now, Mackenzie, when we talked about some insights to go for our listeners, I understand there's like a team event, like a book club of sort that you guys are involved in.
Yes. So we actually just started what we call a book club here at Festival Country. And so we are currently reading the book about the Savannah Bananas. So that really fun baseball team that has just done everything completely different. And so that's similar to our motto and the things that we do here at Festival Country. We're up for anything. We're up for engaging our community and other visitors. And so we're just starting on that, but looking forward to learning more about it for sure.
I love it. And just to put you on the spot, Mackenzie, you mentioned there's some quote that your boss is famous for.
Sure. And I'm going to read that lest I
Oh,
mess it up, okay? Because it needs to be word for word, okay?
of course.
He's a football fan. I am not, know nothing about it, but he says, good, better, best, never let it rest. So this is kind of our motto here at Festival Country where we do our best, but behind that, we're just trying to have a good time. And we're trying to help other people have fun and find their fun too. So that's something that we strive for here.
I love it. I love it. Now, if our listeners would like to learn more about you, to Festival Country, the DMO, Johnson County, where are the best places to go?
Yeah, check us out at festivalcountryindiana.com. We're also on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest.
Threads, all of the things.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And we will definitely provide the backlinks to the website as well as the social sites, and the video of this episode, including the tour, will be up on our YouTube page. I don't know if I could handle more than one page. This has been fantastic. And again, I'm always looking for my next place to live, certainly the next place to visit. And I think it'd be a lot of fun to come out and do some podcasting with you guys. A lot going on, and a great way to extend out the message of all the things going on, not just to the close-in radius of a couple 100 miles, but really bring people in from the bigger communities. You guys have a lot going on and a lot to be proud of. And I appreciate you both taking time out of your day to chat with us.
Well, we thank you for having us, and get out here within the week if you want to see those colors for real. If not, the coffee will be brewing year round, and we'll welcome you with that.
I love it. I was chatting with Mackenzie the other day, and as I flew into Indianapolis, and I hope you realize we didn't bring in Indianapolis into the conversation. That was kind of intentional. So I wanted to focus just on you guys. But as I drove in and I was heading out to Danville, I was on an interstate. This wonderful colors were just starting to come through. And I was thinking, I wish I could have stopped and taken a picture. It was just absolutely gorgeous. And I can only imagine what it is right now, a couple of weeks later. So a lot to be proud of. But again, thank you both for your time. And I look forward to sharing this episode and getting people excited about experiencing Festival Country in Johnson County and the community. So thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.
All right. Listen, stay in the line. We're going to do a quick close and then we can have a final chat. Okay. All right, folks. We have just been chatting with Ken Koskey and Mackenzie Steagall. Ken is the executive director and Mackenzie is the director of PR and events with Festival Country, Indiana. This is in the county seat of Franklin in Johnson County, Indiana. So really exciting place, a lot going on, a lot to do. So pack up the kids, the family, the friends, get in the car, motorcycle, whatever your mode of transportation is, and and get out there. A lot going on, some great food, some great experiences, whether it's downtown or out into the park. So there's something for everyone. Now, do go out and visit their website at festivalcountryindiana.com. We'll provide that backlink on our show notes, as well as all of their social sites. We'll have those as well. And of course, the YouTube video is going to be up on the Outdoor Adventure Series YouTube page. You can also find the episode on our websites on Facebook and LinkedIn, Outdoor Adventure Series. And of course, you can listen to the episode while you're touring around Festival Johnson County and those communities. You just listen to this episode and you'll be excited about all the things you get to see and do and experience. Okay, folks, until next time, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, go out there, have a phenomenal day, and we look forward to having you join us on a future episode of the Outdoor Adventure Series podcast. Take care now.